Alrighty guys, we got one more video on transformations. And this one is just gonna be looking at a picture or looking at a graph and deciding what kind of transformation do you even see, okay? And we're gonna talk about 4 kinds while we're doing this. I'll let you in on a little hint in a second though. So we've talked about translations. Translation is when it just slides to somewhere else. My bear does not change size. It is just moving to somewhere else, okay? And then we talked about reflections. And reflections are where it flips like upside down or over to the side, but it's not really changing size or anything. It's just now pointing a different direction, okay? The last one that we talked about is down here. I'm gonna skip this for a second. Last one we talked about is a dilation, and that means that my bear or my image, pre-image, shrinks or gets bigger. Boop, boop, boop. That's a dilation. Okay. I think Ms. Voss might be better at that one than me. Now I did put one other thing on here because we are feeling a little bit sneaky. We snuck rotations on here. Now in 8th grade, you don't talk about rotations. They used to talk about them in middle school all the time, and then we took that out, and now you don't see them until 10th grade. But I think this is something you can handle just for today, okay? A rotation is when something turns, okay? So my bear is not changing size. It's not changing shape. It's not getting bigger or smaller. It's just turning. And it can turn a little bit, or it can turn a whole lot all the way around. That's a rotation. So Ms. Voss is going to come up here in just a second, and you're going to go through 4 examples. You're going to look at a picture and decide what kind of transformation is it. Did it slide? Did it flip? Did it shrink? Did it get bigger? Or watch out, there's one on there that turns, and that's called a rotation. You don't have to know that one for 8th grade. We just snuck it in. Okay?
That's all right. We can be sneaky sometimes. Okay, so we're going to try to identify some transformations. And basically, when you look at these pictures, you have to ask yourself some questions. Did it turn? Did it flip? Did it just slide or change size? Well, I don't know. Let's take a look. So we have this really cool bumblebee here, okay? And from what I see, it is turning to the right. So that is the sneaky one that we just talked about. Rotation. Okay? You won't see that until you get to geometry, but don't worry about it. It's fun to know. Rotation. Now, let's look at this very cool hot air balloon. Okay? Do any of you ever, or have any of you ever watched any shows or videos about hot air balloons? Hopefully you've only watched the videos where the hot air balloons move up, move down, move to the side, or move. We sure don't want to see them doing any rotating or flipping. That would not be a good thing. So if I look, I'm thinking, how would this pre-image become this image? There are really a couple of ways. It could slide down and over, or it could slide over this way and down. But either way, it's staying the same shape and facing the same direction. So this is definitely just a translation because it is just sliding the SL around. Okay? So let's look at this next one. We've got some shapes here. We've got a triangle, okay? It's pointing up, if you notice. Then it flips down over this x-axis. So do you remember what it was like when Miss Benson was talking about reflections? That something flips, or maybe it was me. We flip over a line of reflection. So this is definitely a reflection. Okay, and if you wanted to test it, you could test a point. Let's start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely a reflection. Okay. Now let's look over here. These are usually the easiest to recognize. We started with our purple rectangle. Then we ended up with our small little teal colored green rectangle. This definitely changed sizes. It got smaller. So this is a dilation. Alrighty? So those are the examples. They're really easy. Go back and look at them again if you need to. Enjoy this unit. It's kind of fun. And really, it's just not hard at all. We'll see you guys later.